be so far out of reach. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to play Out of Reach by BoyWithUke. So this song was suggested by a bunch of you guys. This is one of his minute-long songs. I'm pretty sure it's also known as like AO and stuff. He's only recently just announced that it was going to be called Out of Reach, and I believe it drops in about 2 weeks. But yeah, so I'm just going to be running over just what's played throughout the TikTok, and I might do an updated version of this tutorial if it does end up changing in the full release. Just before we get into this tutorial, if you do find it helpful, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. And if you guys have any more song suggestions, be sure to drop them in the comments below. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, we're going to be jumping into the chords of this song. If you've actually watched my previous tutorials with BoyWithUke, you'll notice he loves this chord progression. He uses this in Toxic and Heart of Ice, I believe, and a bunch more of his songs. But yeah, it's basically the exact same chords as those songs if you have learnt them. But if not, I'm going to be running over those chords. So our first chord is going to be our E chord. So we're going to be placing our index finger on the first fret of the first string there. Next, our middle finger is going to be going on the second fret of the fourth string there. And lastly, our pinky finger is going to be going on the fourth fret of the second string. Just like that. And pressing all those fingers down together, we have our E chord. Moving on to our next chord, we have our B. So this one is a bar chord. So now we're going to be barring that second fret with our index finger. So pressing down on all strings, like that. Next, our middle finger is going on the third fret of the second string there. And lastly, our ring finger is going to be going on the fourth fret of the first string, like that. And altogether, that's our B chord. Moving on to our next chord, we have our E flat, a little bit easier compared to our B chord. We're going to be placing our index finger on the first fret of the fourth string, like that. Next, our middle finger is going to be going on the third fret of the second string. And our ring finger is going to be going on the third fret of the third string, so just underneath that middle finger. And altogether, that's our E flat. Moving on to our next chord, we have our A flat minor. So for this one, there's two ways you can play it. I usually play it as a bar chord, but you don't have to. So I'll just play it as the normal chord. So we're going to be placing our index finger on the second fret of the fourth string, like that. Next, our middle finger is going to be going on the third fret of the second string there. Next, our ring finger is going on the fourth fret of the first string there. And lastly, our pinky is going to be going also on the fourth fret, however, the third string. Just under there. And altogether, that's our A flat minor. And the other way I usually like to play it is just barring that index finger instead. Again, you don't have to if you're not comfortable with it, but this just helps with sliding down to the chord after this, which is our G flat. So that's our A flat minor. And now for our G flat, if you are barring that A flat minor, you just slide down a fret like that. So now you're barring that index finger, first fret. Now instead, we're going to be adding our middle finger on the second fret of the third string there. And lastly, our ring finger is going on the third fret of the first string. And that's our G flat. And they're all the chords. So I'll run through that one more time. So we have our E, to our B, to our E flat, to our A flat minor, to our G flat. And they're all the chords. Okay, so now moving on to the strumming pattern. So for the strumming pattern, we're going to play it a little bit differently compared to how it's played in the song. Because basically, it's just 8 down strums really quick for each chord. So it's like... And it doesn't sound too great when you're playing that yourself. So we're just going to have a more simple strumming pattern. So when we're starting on that E, so the chords are in the same order I taught them to you. So we're going on our E. And for our strumming pattern, we're going to be going down, down, up, down, up. Like that. So down, down, up, down, up. So we play that for each chord until we get to the last two chords. Which, yeah, I'll explain what happens then. But for now, our E, we're going down, down, up, down, up. To our B chord, doing the exact same thing. Down, down, up, down, up. To our E flat. Down, down, up, down, up. And now for our A flat minor, we're doing the exact same thing. Actually, not the exact same thing. Instead, we're going to be shortening that strumming pattern. So we're going down, down, up. Like that. So down, down, up. And right after that up strum, we're going to our G flat. Doing the exact same thing. Down, down, up. Like that. So running through it one more time, we're going E, B, E flat, A flat, G flat. Like that. Also, feel free to play a little bit slower than I did just then. If you're still getting familiar with switching between chords and whatnot, or just the strumming pattern itself. But once you feel comfortable, also feel free to speed it up a little. So we're going. And that repeats. Like that. And yeah, that's really all there is to Out of Reach. And yeah, once you're familiar with all of that, you can also add the vocals on top. So we're going ayo, ayo, she'll never know, how can I get her out of my dreams. Ayo, ayo, cause I'm not that bold, how can she be so far out of reach. Just like that. Excuse my singing as well, my voice is a little bit croaky at the moment. But yeah. So yeah, that's all for this tutorial. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did find it a little bit helpful, be sure to drop a like and subscribe for future tutorials. And also, once again, be sure to drop any song suggestions in the comments below. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.